What's up, guys? Okay, so I just tried to record a video. It didn't work, so I'm just gonna go live. Fuck it, I don't even care. I'm gonna try to get through this without using any profanity because I'm really pissed off, and I have this sitting on my heart right now, and I have to get it off my chest because it's just been sitting there for a while, and I feel like today is a good day to say it because everything that's going on with the Supreme Court Justice pick, Brett Kavanaugh, and how the Democrats and liberals and leftists and all the progressives and all these, do-gooders out there are trying to filibuster the Supreme Court Justice pick with his hearing. It's day 2, and I'm seeing people getting arrested, thrown out of the courtroom, protesting, all this nonsense. And why? Why? For abortion. That's why. Okay. So let's have a little history lesson about abortion. Okay. Let's talk about this. We can't talk about abortion without talking about its founder, Margaret Sanger. Margaret Sanger, a famous, infamous, whatever, eugenicist. Okay. Margaret Sanger believed that you can purify the human race by exterminating inferior genes, right? So her work was so profound during the time that she got praise, high praise from Adolf Hitler. Hitler wrote her a letter talking about, oh, your book is my Bible. I'm actually going to use this to exterminate the Jews. Then we can learn something from you. Us Nazis over here in Germany, we can learn something from you progressives over there, FDR and Margaret Sanger. We can learn from you guys, okay? So Margaret Sanger is the founder of Planned Parenthood, okay? Praised by Adolf Hitler, all right? 80%. Fast forward to today, 80% of Planned Parenthoods are in Black neighborhoods, in Black cities. Black people only make up like 13% of the population, so that is targeting. Okay, that's targeting. If you're watching the video right now, guys, please like it. I'm only seeing 2 likes. I need at least 15, 16 likes now. I see 3 likes. I need 16. Please just help me out with that. Like I always say, it helps with the algorithms. YouTube will suppress it if I don't have enough likes. I'm going to get as many likes as I possibly can for this because I wanted to make this a pre-recorded video so I could have it stored and post it later. Because, YouTube's going to be censoring and blocking conservatives and blocking anyone who doesn't toe the line of their narrative, okay? So back to what I was saying, right? Planned Parenthoods are in 80% of them are in Black neighborhoods, okay? The year, I think it was 2015, more Black babies were aborted than born in New York City, okay? So we're talking about the Black community and the Black population only being at 13%, despite being in the United States, the #1 most prosperous nation in the history of the world, right? Clean drinking water. We got all the vaccines we need. You should be able to thrive and grow as a population. But yet the Black people are still at 13% of the population. We've been here since what, the 1600s, 1700s, whenever. We're still at 13% of the population. Nobody ever asked that burning question, why? Been here longer than any other minority group, but still at 13% of the population. Guys, please like the video if you're watching right now. Please, I see less than half of the likes of the people watching. Please just give it a like. Thank you. Okay, so Black people are 13% of the population despite being here for 300 years, 400 years, however long we've been here. We've been here a long time. We're still at 13% of the population. It is because of abortion. I just said more Black babies were aborted than born in 2015 in New York City. You can look this stuff up, but using Google is going to be a waste of time because they have an Orwellian-style censorship. They're blocking everything now. I recommend you use DuckDuckGo. So if you're going to fact check me, go to DuckDuckGo. All right? Don't even bother. You can use Bing right now. Bing has no incentive to engage in this censorship because Google's the go-to. That's where everyone goes to. Okay? So why is it that liberals are the ones pounding the table for abortion right now? And it's not Black people going up there talking about, we need our health care, we need our women's rights. It's the white liberals because, like I said, they're always the ones that hijack the narrative. They use Black people and minorities as political lapdogs. That's all they want to do is hijack the narrative and try to appear morally superior to everyone else. These bleeding heart liberals are out there talking about women's health care, women's rights. First of all, did Kavanaugh even say that his #1 priority was to reverse Roe v. Wade? No, he didn't say that. But even if he did say that, so what? I mean, abortion is murder. It is what it is. Like, How is it that we pronounce someone dead when their heart stops beating, right? But we don't pronounce someone alive when their hearts start beating? How does that work? Riddle me that. I don't know. But see, nobody questions that. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about how it's the white liberals that are advocating for abortion. Well, there aren't even that many white people getting abortion. So, like, who are you advocating for? Whose women's rights are going to be taken away? Whose women's rights are being taken away? Women's health care? See, I'm sick and tired of using this double speak that they came up with. They control the language. That's how they control the narrative. We got to stop using their language. I'm tired of using their language. They use these euphemisms all the time. They use these euphemisms. They talk about Planned Parenthood. You're not planning anyone's parenthood. You're planning someone's demise. You're planning death. That's what you're doing. You're carrying out murder is what it is. But you're calling it Planned Parenthood. Nobody goes there for anything other than abortion. It's a small percentage, small amount of people go there for other things. But the majority, their bread and butter, you guessed it, is abortions, right? Okay, it's a business. So I'm sick and tired of all this pro-choice, Planned Parenthood, women's rights, women's health care. It's just frustrating, guys. I can't say enough about it. Right. But we want to talk about the party switch, right? Oh, yeah, but party switch and Democrats is a party for the people. They love the people. Republicans are the hateful, racist people. The Republicans are the ones that are trying to block women's health care. Republicans are the ones that are sexist because they don't want women's health care. What about women's health care has to do with an unborn child? Okay. Now, if the woman's health is at risk, like literally she could die, then that's a whole different story. But I mean, you're talking about Planned Parenthood and abortions as if it's just a day at the spa. I mean, what did Oprah say a few weeks ago? Didn't Oprah have some campaign talking about shelter abortion or whatever? And then you have, I guess it was in California. I was talking about it earlier when I did the live stream with Justin. Talking about a sign out in California, and the sign said something like, I don't remember what the sign said. I'm gonna pull it up, but the sign, it had like black women on it, and it's like pretty much fear mongering, getting them to go against their self-interest, like they do so well with the black community, Hispanic community, people who they see as victims, right? So they have signs up, billboards up to talk about abortion as if it's getting your teeth cleaned. Like those belong in the same category. Like it's just something you do. It just happens. It's healthcare. It's natural. It's like putting a Band-Aid on a cut. You just do it. See, this is a problem, guys. This is a problem. This is why it's time to walk away. It's time to vote Democrats out of office. Vote them out of office. We're talking about the party of pedophilia, the party of transgenderism, the party of abortion. The people, they're trying to exterminate the black race. Like Margaret Sanger would be applauding from the grave right now if she knew that there are Democrats pounding the table, wanting abortion, trying to block the Supreme Court justice pick because they think that he's going to overturn Roe v. Wade, right? Oh, and we can't forget who praised Margaret Sanger. Oh, that's right. The lady who lost to President Trump. Yep. Hillary Rodham Clinton. She's the one who praised Margaret Sanger. Like, oh, I admire Margaret Sanger's vision. What about her vision do you admire, Hillary Clinton? By the way, did we dodge a bullet or did we not dodge a bullet? Okay. See, this is what I'm talking about. I just can't. But then people want to turn around and say, I'm the one that's selling out my race. I'm the one that's an Uncle Tom and all this other nonsense. And the parties did switch because Google told me, because my college professor told me, because all these left-wing news sources told me. Well, the left, they've been controlling that for years. They've been controlling history, right? So you know what? Don't even take my word for it. Don't even Google it. Don't even get on DuckDuckGo. Go see Dinesh D'Souza's movie. Go see Death of a Nation. Go see that movie right there because he lays all of that out and it's all like historic transcripts. So all that stuff can be researched and validated. All right. So I had to get that off my chest because they're trying to block the Supreme Court justice pick. They're talking about how it's violating women's health care. I just talked about, they're talking about black women. Black women are the ones that are committing the most abortion. They're targeting minorities. They're Planned Parenthoods, right? Don't talk to me about Black Lives Matter, okay? If Black Lives Matter, they need to matter at conception. They need to matter when they're in the womb, right? That's all I have to say. I can't keep my blood pressure will go up, guys. I can't do it. So Got that off my chest. Please, please like this video. Please like it. I got 39 of you guys watching. I got 21 likes. 41 guys, 41 people watching, 21 likes. Please, please get this up to 41 likes. Again, I tried to pre-record this video and I got probably about 4 or 5 minutes in, and I was just really starting to hit my stride, and then the light started blinking. I got a new laptop, by the way, for you guys that know. I got a new laptop, so I'm able to do a lot more. I get better quality videos. I can live stream. I can have people on my channel. I can do video editing now. I can do custom thumbnails. Like, you're going to see this channel take off. But first, I've got to get past the learning curve because I've been on a smartphone since, college pretty much. So, all right. So, I'm not going to stay on too much longer. I really had to get that out there, guys. Please share this. I know you guys will share this. Please. See, I wanted to do a pre-recorded video so I could release it on Facebook as well, because I don't know how to get this live stream on Facebook. I don't think I can, actually. So that's a bummer. But I might just do a separate live stream there. You know, I'm worked up now. I'm worked up talking about the left, talking about these Democrats, these racist Democrats. And again, tell me how the party switched. If there's anybody in the chat that can type in there right now and tell me, here's why the party switched, Mike. Here's why the Democrats are the good guys, and here's why Donald Trump and Republicans and all the alt-right people are so racist. They're the ones that, like, think about this, okay? If I'm a white supremacist and I'm looking at these abortion numbers and I'm looking at the statistics and I'm seeing blacks are still at 13% of the population and blacks are having more abortions than any other race, then would that make me happy or upset? Because Republicans are the ones that don't want abortion. They do not want it. They want Planned Parenthood closed down. They at least want it defunded, right? They want it defunded. And Trump's pushing for that, okay? So if I'm a white supremacist, am I pro-choice or am I pro-life? Screw that. Let's stop calling it pro-choice, right? See, I got caught up trying to use their little euphemism. Pro-choice just means pro-abortion. That's all it means. There's no pro-choice. It's you want to kill the baby. That's what it means, okay? So that's just nonsense. It's nonsense, all right? But if I'm a white supremacist, am I going to be pro-choice? Am I going to want the baby to die, right? Yeah, the black baby. Yeah, you're going to want that, okay? So the party switch, right? Republicans are pro-Second Amendment. They want black people to have guns. If I'm a white supremacist or someone that hates black people and Hispanics, do I want them to have guns while I try to take back my country? Or do I want them unarmed, right? I'm going to be for gun control. Come on, guys, put this together. Put this together and tell me how the Democratic Party and the Republican Party switch. If they did switch, what exactly do Democrats do that make black people's lives better, right? What do they do that make lives better? What have they done? What have they done that the Republicans haven't done from the beginning? I know there's corrupt Republicans out there. I know there's Republicans that are deep state. They're rhinos. They're corrupt. They've been in bed with the Democrats. It was like, all right, you give us welfare, we'll give you warfare, right? They just had this little trade-off, this little inside trading deal, like the crony capitalism, right? But if you look at Republican values, right? The right to pursue happiness, natural rights, protecting those natural rights, limited government, low taxes, individual liberties, personal responsibility, and accountability. You are in the driver's seat of your own destiny. No more outsourcing it to some big government solution under the guise of, we just want to make society better, so we need to raise taxes. In fact, you look at every bad regime across the world over history, from Stalin to Mao to Mussolini to Hitler, Castro, they all had big government plans. They all wanted, socialized medicine, free education, free healthcare for all, and all this stuff, right? I mean, put this together, right? Oh, but we're supposed to worry about Kaepernick. You know, why are we even talking about this, right? The real thing that black people should be worried about is, let's see, the police brutality that's just running rampant in the street, man. I walked outside to check my mail and got beat by cops and sprayed by fire hoses and attacked by some German Shepherds, guys, because, you know, that's what I should really be worried about, right? I shouldn't be worried about the black on black crime happening. I shouldn't be worried about Planned Parenthood on the corner right next to Starbucks and McDonald's in every black city. I shouldn't be worried about that. I should be worried about Kaepernick being oppressed. That is what I should be worried about. See, I should get back on the plantation, man. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing off the plantation? I stepped one toe off there, and what did those Democrats do? They sent the black Democrats after me. They sicked them on me like some attack dogs to call me Uncle Tom, sellout coon, you're Sambo. What they got all these little low IQ, these one word, non-thought driven answers, replies to me. And I can't wait for him to rewatch this because I want someone to debunk it. All right. I always put that challenge out there. If you want to debunk it, if you don't think that the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, or if you think that the party switched, explain to me why. Tell me why black run cities that are 150,000% controlled by Democrats, judges, congressmen, the mayor, the police chief, all Democrat, and a lot of them black Democrats. How come those aren't black socialist utopias? How come those aren't utopian societies for black people? How come people aren't in there talking about Wakanda forever? How come there's no Wakanda forever right here in the United States of America for nothing but black people, and it's just thriving and booming, and we don't need the white man and we don't need anyone else. We just got us. And how come none of that's happening? How come the exact opposite's happening? How come the white liberals that live in the suburbs are voting against changing the school system? The state-run public schools that suck in the inner city, barely have air conditioning, rats running around, no books, you know, bad kids, just not up to standards. You know, I've talked about this before. This is what I'm saying, man. This is why I need to just base my whole channel around the walk away party switch myth, because that's what gets me the most fired up. I don't get fired up on these day-to-day little issues that, because I know, like I've talked about this before too, how that is just there to divide us. That's just there to keep you in the matrix. All this day-to-day fighting, all these little stupid things like, oh yeah, let's boycott Nike, let's boycott Starbucks, let's boycott what's it, In-N-Out Burger, let's do all of this. That's just to divide people. That's just to divide people and keep your mind under control, right? But if you're thinking differently, if you think for yourself, right, you transcend all that bullshit. You're not thinking about that. You're like, wait a minute, what is my true purpose here? What am I here for? What is the meaning of life, right? If you want to go there, what is the meaning of life? What am I here for? What is my divine purpose? Am I here to be controlled? Are human beings really meant to be controlled? By nature, we don't seek authority, right? Look at a 2-year-old. 2-year-old's going to walk around and get in everything until their parents tell them no, right? But by nature, that kid wants to walk around and just explore. That's what human beings do. But we were all born into a system where we're under control. Okay, so you see that going on, right? But in reality, you should be focused on other stuff. And that's what I focus on. So I should base my entire channel going forward past the midterms, because we want the Democrats out, past the midterms, to get that party out, get them out, right? Because what they represent is not good. It's not positive, right? It's not uplifting. It's evil. Like I said, it's the party that is okay with murdering babies. Okay, that's what it is. That is what it is. There's no way to like sprinkle anything on it to, you know, season it up and make it nice. Okay, that's what they are for. I mean, this is historic and this is current. So again, talk to me about this party switch. Okay, anybody, somebody, come in there and come in the comment section. I'm gonna look too. I'm gonna look right now and see if anyone's saying, yeah, the parties did switch. You know, the party switched. You know, look at this textbook. Look at this textbook, and you'll see that the party switched. Look, Mike, it's right here, chapter 14. You know, look at this page right here, Mike. It says the party switched. See, look, it says right here, the Democrats switched. Richard Nixon, he went to the South to, you know, court the Dixiecrats to make them vote for him. Well, yeah, let's talk about Richard Nixon. Do you know what the first thing Richard Nixon did when he got elected? Does anyone know? Does anyone know? Does anyone know? Okay, I'm going to tell you what Richard Nixon did. He passed a good old thing called affirmative action. So tell me again how the party switched if the guy who was supposed to court the Dixiecrats decided to pass affirmative action, which effectively puts the black man ahead of the white man in the workplace, because then you can hire based on skin color, right? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Richard Nixon. We can talk about other Republican presidents. You know, I'm still learning a lot of history. You know, up until I took my red pill, I only knew sound bites of my history. I didn't really know a lot about, you know, the parties and the political parties and all that stuff. I just really knew, you know, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, the stuff they teach you during Black History Month, which is, you know, Black History Month. We should probably be teaching the party switch myth there. But we can talk about other Republican presidents. I believe it was Dwight Eisenhower sent the Army National Guard or the Air Force, the U.S. Marshals, someone to escort black kids into the schools when he forced them to desegregate in the South. Okay, because they have racist laws in place, you know, Jim Crows and all that. So it's always Republicans, but it's always the Democrats on the wrong side. It's always them. It's always them that's against black people. You know, and I have friends and family that they swear that I'm the crazy one. I know they think I'm crazy, but again, please debunk it. Please tell me how. Please tell me how they didn't just take all of their horrible policies and just put it in the body of Barack Obama and say, here you go. Now you can really vote against your self-interest. Now you can really vote for your demise. And look what happened 8 years later. Now we got President Trump. Yep. And what are they trying to do down here in Florida? You know what they're trying to do down here in Florida? Same thing. They're trying to usher in socialism in a low tax state. They took all that socialist policies. They took Bernie Sanders and put it into a black guy and said, go run Florida, because if you can take Florida, we can take America. Because guarantee Florida is the biggest swing state. It's got 20 million people in it. But you know what? I don't think the guy's going to win because he's fleeing or he's going against a principled conservative who's backed by the president, okay, for one. And then the people that his constituents that he would be representing, a lot of them are fleeing socialist regimes. They're coming from Cuba, Venezuela, you know, different countries. And then you have a bunch of people who moved to Florida, specifically myself included, because of the tax benefit. So good luck telling people you're going to raise their taxes. So, and he's being investigated by the FBI, which I will be covering that as well too. But I already been on this too long, guys. Like I said, I don't like my live streams to be too long, because then if they're too long, people won't rewatch them, or they won't rewatch them all the way through. But I do see that the 46 likes, so I really appreciate you guys for that. 46 likes, 37 people watching. That's just amazing. If somebody can get this on Facebook or share the link somewhere, because I want people to see it on other platforms. And I have not yet figured out how to get this to go live on Facebook simultaneously. That would be great. If I can get it to go live on Facebook as well as Twitter while I'm live on YouTube, then I would just go straight through YouTube instead of having to do 2 separate live streams. But anyway, guys, like, that is really what I need to get off my chest. So if you guys, and I know most of you guys are free thinkers. You guys are free thinkers like myself. If you just unplug your TV and plug in your brain and stop listening to what people are telling you and just put stock in your reality and go within and just really, really contemplate on this. Did the party switch? Which party or which representatives, we don't even have to call it Democrat, Republican, whatever, which people that represent the people have the best interests? You could argue it's nobody, because honestly, no one has the moral authority to rule over you. They really don't. But in terms of principles, in terms of values, in terms of policy, which party would best represent the interests of literally all people? Literally, it's the Republican Party, because they believe in individual liberties, not state power, not state-run economies and state-run healthcare and all this other stuff, and then disguising it and deceiving and deceptively manipulating you. Republicans just put it out there. It's like, here's what the policies are. Here's what we believe. Here's what's in the Constitution, right? Here's what's in the Bible. Here's what it says about freedom. Here's what it says about taxation. Here's what it says about I don't know, a bunch of other stuff in there. You know, I'm not going to get into Bible on it, but like, I mean, it's so plain to see, and I think that's why that video was so popular. That walk away video was so popular because I spoke nothing but truth, and I had fiery passion in me when I decided, like, man, I pulled my work van over. I was like, man, I got one more thing to get off my chest about this walk away movement. It's just bothering me because it pissed me off to learn that the Democratic Party started the KKK. It pissed me off because I grew up believing that the Republicans were the racist party, that the R stood for racist. Republicans were the bad people. Democrats were the good people. They're there for the little guy. They're there for the little guy. No, they're not. They're taxing businesses. Small businesses are getting taxed to death. They're like, hey, you need to have a $15 minimum wage and you need to also offer them health care. Oh, and then in a couple of years, we're going to have it be $17 minimum wage when the cost of living goes up because of our stupid, horrible policies. Look at California. People can't get out of there fast enough because of big government democratic policies, right? You know, if you want to see the future of what America could be, it'll scare the hell out of you, but stay in line and stay informed about what's going on around the world. See, I don't just pay attention to American politics. I pay attention to international politics, and I see what's going on in China. I see what Google's doing for China. China's spying on their citizens. China's got or Google's making a like a search. I don't know if it's algorithms or if it's a specific browser for the Chinese people where they can't even type in certain things. And if they type in certain things, it'll either be blocked or it will be it'll reroute them to a misleading website. But then it also puts them on the radar of the Chinese government, so they can say like, okay, why is this person looking up what we did in 1989? I forget what the thing was in 1989 where they basically mowed down a bunch of students that were protesting. And I think what those students were protesting was protesting what happened under Mao, right? Because China's super Orwellian, like big totalitarian government over there, right? And they control information. Like you can't speak ill of the government over there. See, that's the freedoms that people take advantage of here in the United States. They don't realize the United States is so free. You can take a knee like Kaepernick did and talk about how oppressed you are with your millions of dollars. You can talk about, I'm not going to stand for a flag that oppresses black people. You know, you can do that in America. You can't do that in other countries. In other countries, you know what they'll do? They'll throw you in jail if they don't kill you, right? And they'll tax you. They'll make you pay for it. You'll pay for it one way or the other. Over here, you got the freest of free speech, and they're trying to take that away. Do you want to become the next China? Yeah. It's ridiculous. The communist state. Yep. You said it right. Let me give you guys some shout outs. LL Lewis, Rosie O'Donnell. I like that. I like that. That's great. Mark Miller, Rick T, free thinkers all day. Hammer Tay, dude, your feed is awesome. Thanks. Appreciate it, man. I do. You know what? You know what? This is like this, I swear, this is God is using me. God is using me because I did not have a YouTube channel 6 months ago. I started this channel in April. Okay. I started this channel in April of this year. I just got into politics heavy as of this year. As of 2018, that's when I started politics. So while I don't know everything, I'm not the expert. The beauty of this is I'm just getting started. I am just getting started. Let's see what happens in a year, right? When I look back on my videos a year from now and I say, dang, I was amateur then. Now look at me. I got this and this and this. Now I'm doing like ABL style videos, you know. Now I got this going on. Yeah, I'm gonna look back and say that. But right now I'm only 4 months in, so I don't know everything, and that's fine. But I feel like God's using me to kind of convey messages, you know, and like share the truth that I've come to know. Right. That's all I'm doing. It's not like I'm spreading misinformation or lying or misleading people. I'm telling you guys the truth. I'm telling you guys the truth, the honest truth, and nothing but the truth. And this is truth that's verifiable. You can look this up. You don't even need to get into a book. You can just go look. You can go visit a city. Go look at the Bronx in New York. Go look at go look at Baltimore. They've named TV shows after what happens in Baltimore, right? I mean, down here in Florida, like parts of Miami, Chicago, Detroit, all those little Rust Belt cities, They're either segregated as hell. Like I've been to Milwaukee. Milwaukee's the second most segregated city in America behind Detroit. Chicago's super segregated. And what do you have on the black side? Concentrated poverty. Those high-rise, dilapidated housing projects or whatever. They got all that in Chicago. They got those in all those cities. You know, St. Louis is a crime-infested, violent city. Memphis is the same way. And I think Memphis actually has had a Democratic mayor since the 40s or something like that. So why, if the party switched, wouldn't that city be thriving? Why is that not like chocolate city? Everyone's descending on a city. Everybody wants to live in Memphis. Why? Why? You know, nobody seems to have that answer. Nobody seems to have the answer, you know, and then they want to talk about how, you know, you don't know your history. You just need to look back and see what happened. What about Black Wall Street when they burned that down? What about all this other stuff that happened? How come you're not worried about that? I'm like, okay, you can talk about the past all you want, but at some point you got to pivot the discussion to, okay, what is the solve? See, I'm a solution-oriented dude. I'm solution-oriented. So, yeah, slavery happened. Yeah, Jim Crow happened. Yeah, Black Wall Street happened. Yeah, black codes, all that stuff happened. Okay, but what are we going to do about it now? What is the answer? What's the end game? What do you want to happen? If you could wave a magic wand, what would you have happen? I guarantee you about 99.9% of those people, black liberals, white liberals, whoever on the left, would come back with some form of government solution, right? Some form of government solution, whether it be, oh, we need reparations, or we need better schools. We need the Republicans to stop filibustering and blocking stuff. See, none of it has to do with individual responsibility. None of it has to do with, let's try to let's look at policy, okay? And let's look historically. Let's see what policy is done, right? Can we see the track record of the policies we've been voting for blindly, just giving them the vote? Let's see what that's done, right? They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about that. They do not want to talk about that. All they want to do is attack me, right? They've been programmed to attack me. And you know what? A lot of people just don't want to wake up. You just have to accept that some people, they're just going to follow their social justice, whatever their favorite social justice activist is. You know that woman, what's her name? Linda Sarsour, whatever. I saw a video of her the other day saying, I don't care if you agree with their policies. You just need to vote Democrat, right? Super authoritarian, telling you how to think and who to vote for. Who the hell are you to tell someone what to vote for? No, people need to vote their values, not vote for who you want them to vote for, or vote just because you hate Donald Trump. Don't vote against something, vote for something, you know? Same thing with Jay-Z, Beyonce, LeBron James. You could just go down the list. Name your favorite actor, John Legend, musicians, whoever, all these people, they hate Trump, right? They think Democrats are the shit. They're all in bed together. That's really all it is. So, and some people, they think I'm the idiot. They think I'm the crazy one. Okay. So that's fine. Vote against your interests, vote to abolish ICE and, try to block this Supreme Court justice pig, do whatever you can. We just have to accept that some sheep are going to be led right directly to the slaughterhouse. That's just how it works, unfortunately. But I'm encouraged by the walkaway videos that I'm seeing. I check the dates on them to see, like, all right, this is a new one. Okay, good. This movement is still going. I know that they're planning a big march in DC in October, so I would love to be there for that. But I don't know, man. That's coming up pretty quick. So, but I'll do what I can down here. I've volunteered I'm volunteering for Ron DeSantis's campaign. I think it's just going to consist of hitting the pavement, knocking on some doors, making some phone calls, something like that. But I'm doing my part. I'm helping to turn the wheels in the direction of freedom and preserving this country, not ushering in America's version of Venezuela. So I'm not on that side, but I'm definitely going to be helping out Ron DeSantis any way I can. And for those of you out in California, vote Maxine Waters out, man. Get Omar Navarro in there. Get Maxine Waters and her deranged, Trump deranged ass out of. Get her out of there. Get Maxine Waters out of Congressional District 43. How do I even know that? I don't live in California. Get Maxine Waters out of there. She's dementia. She's off her meds. She's Trump deranged. Get Nancy Pelosi out of her district. This is how you know Democrats, they got it backwards. They got it backwards. All right. They're going, okay, what did they do? They banned straws. They banned straws. Okay, I get it. Because we all saw that viral video with the sea turtle with the straw stuck up his nose. That sucks, right? Like nobody, no sane, decent person is gonna go, you're gonna feel bad about that, right? So they banned straws in San Francisco, but they got hypodermic needle caps littering the streets. They still have human feces on the sidewalk. And I was reading an article a couple weeks back about what they're doing in San Francisco with their drug addict problem and people doing drugs in the street, just like, I'm just shooting heroin in front of the whatever that trolley is that goes down the street. People just shooting heroin on the street. They're like, man, you know what we need is some facilities for these drug addicts to shoot up in. Let's bring in some NGOs and have them, counsel these people. But in the meantime, let's build some facilities on the taxpayer dollar so that people can shoot up in a safe space so they can do their drugs inside. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I don't want my taxes raised, because I don't want anyone taking my money and spending it for me. See, look no further than I keep forgetting that we have our own version of Venezuela on the verge here in California. It's obviously not completely Venezuela, but you see the ruins that is becoming California right now. It's happening. The homeless, explosive population out there. It's an epidemic. Okay. So see, I got off track here, guys. See, this is what happens when I get in the zone is I start down one path and then it leads me down another one. But in short, and I'm really gonna wrap this up now because I'm already 10 minutes over my my limit. I usually say I'm gonna do 20 minutes. Now I'm damn near 40 minutes. Okay. Vote Democrats out this November if you want. I'm not telling you to do it, but I'm kind of telling you to do it because it's for your own good, right? Just think of me as the dad, the dad that's telling you you're going to eat your vegetables and you're going to like it. You hate it now, but you're going to love it down the road when you're healthy, right? That's kind of what it is. That's pretty much what Trump is doing. People hate what Trump is doing, but it's in their best interest. And he's not forcing it on them. He's taking away regulations. He's rolling back regulations, right? They see it as he's taking away our freedoms. He's taking away our stuff. But it's like, no, he's taking the training wheels off. He's taking the training wheels off because you can do it on your own. And that's the whole point. You have the freedom to do it on your own. You can actually pick the doctor you want, right? People, man. Talk about liberals as if I don't know any. I mean, they're my family. They're my friends. They're people I know. I won't say I was a liberal, but I was on that side. I was indoctrinated with them. I fraternized with them. But I don't know how we got to a point where people with this double speak, they believe that more control actually means more freedom, right? Oh, we're going to implement Obamacare and you will be able to keep your doctor if you like them. You will be able to pick your doctor if you like them. If you want this doctor, you can have that doctor. Like, can I do that without Obamacare? I mean, seems like it. I don't know. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get off of here. It's already, it's going to be 1 o'clock pretty soon here. But this might be the most fieriest live stream I've done thus far, but I'm definitely going to be doing more. So you guys just be on the lookout for that. Thank you for everybody that tuned in, right? Appreciate you guys. Love you. If you guys want to donate, I will put the links in the description. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Facebook. It's all, now I've changed it all. It's all Mikenificent 813. So if you type in Mikenificent, all one word, 813, if you type that in on Instagram or Twitter, I'll pop right up. If you type it in on Facebook, same thing. I'll pop right up. Just type in Mikenificent 813 in the search and my page will pop right up. So please follow me on social media sites. Like, share, comment. Love you guys, and I will catch you guys in the next video.